My name is Sally N. Adams, and I'm the National President of the Women's Forum Sewali, the national women's umbrella of over 250 women's organizations in Sewali. African Business Awards. Well, as I said, Women's Forum Sewali is the national women's umbrella organization, which was formed in 1994 for the advancement of women and girls, wherein women can come together, talk about issues affecting them, and then to find solutions about the issues affecting them. But in a nutshell, the aim of the Women's Forum is to empower women and girls socially, politically, and economically. African Business Awards. Well, over 30 years old organization, we have achieved so much, especially when it comes to terms of women's empowerment. You know, the forum have done significantly well for the past 30 years when it comes to women and peace security. For example, the Women's Forum led the advocacy for us to have peace before elections during the Fudesanko era. And then also, if today Siwalu is celebrating International Women's Day as holiday in this country, the Women's Forum led by my past president, Mrs. Piganamon Peacock, I was there as Western Area Coordinator. We advocated to the government then for us to have a holiday for the International Women's Day. So if we have holiday today, it is because of the Women's Forum Siwadu. African Business Awards. Yes, we have done so many empowerment in terms of education, in terms of advocacy, in terms of creating spaces for our young girls. For example, we have just finished 5 years project, which we call She Lead. You know, basically, Sierra Leone has been a male patriarchal society. We are we have our cultures, our taboos. We cannot, before our settings, cannot allow a girl child, especially when they are young, to take leadership roles. But today, because of the She Lead program that we got from Femnet 5 years ago, which has ended this year, we are able to transform young girls so that they can be able to amplify their voices in their communities and societies and then to take leadership roles. So the Women's Forum have done so many well. And when it comes to electionary process, we also help ECSL and other election management bodies to ensure free and fair elections for our women, especially when it comes to terms of peace. African Business Awards. Well, Women's Forum, we believe that when there is a saying that goes that when you educate a girl child, you have educated the whole nation. When you educate a boy, you have educated the boy and his own family. For us, then looking at the past flagship of the government, which says education for all, free education for a girl child. And now we have seen the improvement of girls leading, coming first in exams. For example, this past Becky, the person that came first was a girl child from Providence International. So we know when you educate a girl child, you have created space for them so that they can be able to take leadership roles, and then they can be able to do whatever a man can do. When you educate a girl child, she can do more better than even men. So in our society now, the past flagship was education. Yeah. So now we have seen transformation. We have seen so many girls during the past 5 years. We have seen so many girls from the rural areas attending schools now instead of boys. If you look at the statistics, we have more girls in school than boys. And when it comes to results, like the Becker, the WAS, the NPSC, we are now seeing girls leading to come first instead of boys. African Business Awards. Well, you know, some people will say, Okay, some will say I got pregnant because of poverty. But for us, we have been doing advocacy since back. If you look at our vehicle, it's written there, teenage pregnancy reduction. We led that advocacy like about 10 years back, 15 years back with UNFPA, just to ensure, because there was a time where there was so much pregnancy, young girls becoming pregnant, in not only in the area community but also in Freetown, because one during the Ebola, when this pandemics come, that is the time young people take advantage. But like for the Ebola, we had a lockdown, so everybody was at home. But what we did, we created a safe space for our girls, teaching them skills, schools curriculums with the community. Because what we did was to give a community ownership. Because what we are lacking in our society today is lack of community ownership. I know our own regime and you guys' regime, the community take ownership on other person's child. Maybe if the child is going wrong, if I see that girl in my community, I will say, oh, stop this. But these recent years, when all this what they will say, human rights, girls' rights, no other parent can groom another person's child because of human rights. Everybody's afraid. And then even the schools, when you get to schools now, they will say, human rights, you cannot beat it, you cannot kill a child. There are so many laws that now in place that affect even the schools, even the teachers, because they cannot kill children now. And an African child, if you don't discipline an African child, what will happen? They go astray. But if you can discipline them from the home, it will go to the community. But if the home cannot even discipline the girl child or the boy child, what happens? They go astray, because when they go out from home, it's where they gather and do all sorts of things they want to do. So for us, we have led that advocacy for long to prevent teenage pregnancy in Sierra Leone. And we cannot get the 100%, but it is in progress. We are doing well. So for us, Women's Forum, we have done our own just to prevent our girls. Yeah. African Business Awards. As I said, now we have no discipline just because of this human rights. For me, when I'm passing around, because I'm a teacher also, I've taught, I'm still teaching for like 20 years. I've been teaching. And the school I teach is Methodist Girls High School, purely dealing with girls. When I teach, I always groom them. Sometimes the way they come to school, sometimes the way they dress, I tell them, go and remove. If I see a girl not decently dressed, I will say, go and change. But nowadays, if you want to discipline a child, then the child goes to the parent and say, oh, my teacher said this. The parents come to school and then they even want to be teachers. So that's why I said we should go back to community ownership. We should go back and talk to our parents, especially the mothers, because they are the ones that stay with these kids. For the men, they don't have too much time. And the morning, the man goes to work. Maybe you cannot come until 6. We have parents that are mothers that don't work. They sit at home just to take care of their kids. But nowadays, the mothers want the girls to even feed them. So for the indecent years, it's all over. Now if you talk, they say, oh, that's her right. I remember a girl went to school and the boy came to marry the girl at the junction, knelt down with a ring. When the school took action, they went back and said, no, human rights violation. All these societies came up addressing that as human rights violation. The guy has his right. So for us, let's go back to community ownership. Let's go back and teach our mothers, the caregivers at home, how they should train their children upcoming, because there is no good home training these days. Everybody just don't care. But we have done our part. Every day when we go to community radios, we preach about all those things for our girls to listen. And then we have been able to transform so many young ladies for these past 5 years with the Shidis project. Yeah. African Business Awards. We advocate, sensitize people, on violence. You know, violence, you have so many types of violence. Yeah. So for us, it is not good for a man to even violate his wife or the child or even friends. Whenever issues come up, we are working with so many other organizations. We are working with the Ministry of Gender because they are our line ministry. So when we have issues on that, we can report to the Widow Center, we can report to the Ministry of Gender, and we can report to FSC because we are all working on the same agenda for the empowerment of women and girls. And we don't want our women to be left out. So we bring everybody on board when it comes to advocacy on gender-based violence. African Business Awards. Well, first of all, I feel honored, and then I want to appreciate the entire management, board, and the team of SLEY African Business Award 2025 for being even selected to being among the 20 VIP for this award this year. For me, it's a honor because I know you have been looking at my work for the past years. Because you cannot just award somebody without knowing what the person is exactly doing. For me, as a teacher and an advocate, I have changed a lot of impact in terms of gender and education and even good governance. My community, I've worked with communities, I've worked with so many young people, especially when it comes to girls and young women. So for the award, I'm really honored and grateful to SLEY African Business Award, and I hope other women out there will see what we are doing and then they follow us so that they too can be selected or nominated for the part of this year's award.